Yo, what is up, Sexy Beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and today we're going to be doing the top 5 most hated maps in Call of Duty Zombies. So this is not my opinion. I asked you guys to vote for which maps you guys hate the most, and you guys did. I think we had like almost 1,000 people vote, and these were the results, so let's go ahead and get this shit started. So taking the number 5 spot is going to be Nuketown. Now Nuketown was almost tied with Shangri-La and Shadows of Evil, but Nuketown barely won by a couple votes. And that really did surprise me, because when I think of Nuketown, I don't think, oh my god, this is the worst map ever. I just think, this map is kind of basic, and I guess they did a good job for what they were trying to go for, and basically just recreate the multiplayer map. So I feel like they did a pretty good job on Nuketown, but I can see why a lot of people hate it. There's really no wonder weapon, it's a very small map, there's really not that much to do, perks spawn randomly, so I can definitely see why a lot of people actually did dislike this map. And I feel like if they wanted more people to play this map, the only thing they really needed to do was include a wonder weapon, just to make there a reason to actually play this, because right now there really isn't. There's no Easter egg, and there's no like main wonder weapon besides the Ray Gun Mark II, so there's really no reason to play this map in all honesty. Like, if you just want to go play for fun, you can go play for fun with your friends, but there's really no end goal. You're not trying to do the Easter egg like you would in a lot of other maps. You're not trying to go as far as you can because you know that eventually you're just not going to be able to because your guns aren't going to do enough damage. So I feel like if they just wanted a lot more people to play this map, just include a wonder weapon. It can be any one from Black Ops 2 besides the fucking jet gun, or from any other map. As long as they included one that can actually do some stuff on high rounds, I feel like a lot more people would actually like this map. Alright, and taking the number 4 spot is going to be 5. Now, I actually kind of really like 5. I think it's an underrated map, but I can't see why a lot of people hate it. The wonder weapon sucks really bad. It's increasingly difficult to get to high rounds. Nova crawlers are a huge pain in the ass, and they kind of spawn all over the place. Depending on Thief is a huge dick, kind of just runs around and steals your weapons, but I feel like once you get set up, he's pretty easy to deal with. And the basement floor is just chaotic, and nothing but Nova crawlers spawn in that area, so it's really annoying. And also the teleporters and elevators. The teleporters just randomly teleport you around the map, and that is frustrating as all hell. Especially if you want to get to a certain area. You're basically just running through teleporters and hoping that takes you to the right spot, and 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. And when it comes to the elevators, those are like trolling 101. All you have to do is take the elevator, then stand in the elevator's way, so that way your teammates can't take it, and they're going to be stuck on whatever floor they're actually on unless they want to try to teleport, or if you don't even have power on, then they're definitely stuck on the top floor, and you're going to be sitting right there in front of that elevator making sure they can't call it. I've done that so many times to my friends, and they've yelled at me so many times just because every time we play 5, I always do it to them. So I feel like if they wanted to make some improvements to 5 and make it a lot more playable, or a lot more likable I should say, number 1, add a better wonder weapon. That's the first thing I would do. Make the Winter's Howl at least always work. Just one shot can freeze an entire group. Doesn't necessarily have to kill them, just freeze them and then you finish them off with some other weapon. Just really anything to make this gun actually worth having on high rounds. The next thing I would do is change up the teleporters. Make every teleporter teleport you to a certain location, so that way you're not just randomly hopping through teleporter to teleporter, hoping this is the right one and it's going to take you to the right location. And I would also keep the elevators, but I would also maybe add like some stairs, so that way if you're playing with randies, they can't troll the shit out of you. And I feel like if they did those improvements to this map, it would be a lot more playable. Alright, and taking the number 3 spot is going to be Die Rise. I knew this map would be on here because I hate this map just as much as the next guy. I really do dislike this map. The main reason for that is just the shitty layout and the elevators. These elevators were 10 times worse than the ones on 5. They never come when you call unless you have that stupid key, but you can only carry one key, and once you use it, you have to go get another one. And it's just a huge pain in the ass and a huge ordeal that I don't want to go with. So you have to wait for the elevators, which can take like a minute or two to actually come down to the right floor you're on. And then once you actually get on the elevator, you have to actually wait for it to either go up or down, depending on which way you want to go. And that's just another whole ordeal that I don't want to deal with. Also, I really dislike the layout. The layout is absolutely garbage because there are certain sections in the map that are points of no return, meaning once you get to that section, if you want to get to the previous section you were at, you have to run all the way around the map just to get back there. And that's not something I want to do. I've done that so many times to where I just take one wrong jump, and I'm like, ah, shit. I was actually supposed to go over there. Now I have to run all the way around the map just to get back. That's not something I want to do every time I play, and it's really frustrating. And I really think that those are the only reasons people hate this map, is just because it was a very poorly laid out map. I feel like if they wanted to make this map better, just make sure there's no points of no return. Like, make sure there's ways to actually get back to where you were. It doesn't have to be the exact way to get back. So like if you slide down the concrete thing, like you're not going to be able to get back up through that, but maybe like there's some stairs over there you can take to get right back to where you were. Or a different route, or just something to get back to where you were so that we don't have to run all the way around the map again. And also, make sure you can call the elevators, or if not calling the elevators, at least make sure there's some stairs to actually get to the top so you're not waiting on the elevators. Make it to where you have an option. Make it so like if you take the stairs, zombies can spawn on you, but you're probably going to get there faster. Or if you want to take the elevator, zombies aren't going to spawn on you, but it will take some time. I feel like if they changed up those things, this map would definitely be a 10 times better map. Alright, intake number 2 spot is going to be Zetsubo Enoshima. Now, the reason I think a lot of people dislike Zetsubo Enoshima is just because you have to do so much unnecessary things just to kind of get the map to be playable. There's a lot of things in Zetsubo Enoshima that you have to do to get just certain aspects of the map unlocked. If you want to get power on, you have to fucking play Farmville 2.0 and start watering plants. If you want to get the Wonder Weapon, you have to become Michael Phelps and a farmer. You got to be going underwater, watering plants, going back up. It's just such a huge ordeal that I don't want to do it every time I have to play. I think that's why a lot of people really dislike this map, is because its replayability is very, very poor. Because like, if you get everything set up, if you got the power on, pack lunch open, you get the Wonder Weapon, and then you die, you really don't want to spend like 30 to 40 minutes getting all that shit together again just to die over and over. So I feel like if they wanted a lot more people to actually enjoy this map, just make there be simple things. Make it a flippable power switch. You don't have to water any dumb buckets to get the door open or anything. If you want to get the Wonder Weapon, you can just get it straight from the box. Just make it a lot more simpler once you've already done it once. I feel like that should be a common thing in Black Ops 3, to where once you've already done all the rituals or something like that, once you have an option to either do them or not. I don't really know what the pros and cons of each would be, but I feel like if they just gave us a little bit more options, a lot more people would definitely like this map because they wouldn't be spending like 30 minutes just to get the whole thing set up. Alright, intake number 1 spot is going to be Transit, and I'm pretty sure we can all agree, like everyone in the community agrees, that this is definitely the worst map, and that really bothers me because we ended off on Black Ops 1 with Moon with such a great fucking map, and then they gave us Transit, this god-awful map, and that really does trigger me. Like, they were set up so good from Moon, and they just fucked it up, and I don't understand how they could have possibly done that. But there's just so many things wrong with this map. The god-awful fog, which was because of console limitations. They couldn't have a map that big, or else your Xbox 360 would blow itself up without the fog, but still, they should have at least just made the map smaller then, because no one wants to deal with that fucking fog. Denizens are god-awful. You don't get any points from them. There's really no use for them besides turning on the teleporters, which just randomly teleport you. They don't actually teleport you to a certain location. The lava is god-awful because it's fucking everywhere. And don't even get me started on Ted, that fucking bus, man. That bus is, god, I hate that thing so goddamn much. And the lack of wall weapons isn't really something I enjoy, and the impossible to get fucking Pack-a-Punch open solo is really fun. I enjoy that. That's a hassle to do. And just the actual, like, small playable areas is really triggering me. Like, the actual areas you can play in without fog, denizens, and lava is very small. So this map is definitely the worst map in Zombies history. And they would have to change a lot. They would basically have to just redo the map if they wanted to make this thing actually likable. Because really, just taking out, like, 1 or 2 things of this map isn't going to make people like it. They literally have to change, like, the entire thing just to make this map even playable. So that has been this top 5, and I hope you guys all agree because you guys were the ones that actually voted for it. So don't take your anger out on me if you see a map on here that you think should be on here. Take it out in the comments because I am a delicate little butterfly and I do not like to be yelled at. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.